So today I've got my coffee here and I'm going to talk about two subjects that I've been thinking about a lot. I hope I do it right. I hope I don't offend anyone. It's just things that have been on my mind, so I thought I would share them today. Hey everyone, it's Melissa. As I said, I started to do a get ready with me or something like that. I thought, no, this has been on my mind, these two subjects, and I wanted to talk about them, and I don't think it'll take me a long time to talk about both of them. The first one is what I call living a fear-based life. So in April, I'm turning 70, and that just seems older to me than a year ago when I turned 69. It's a new decade, and it's really had me thinking about how in my golden years, I wanted to improve my quality of life physically, but right now, especially mentally. And I knew that I've done better, but I knew I still had ways that I needed to improve myself. And the number one thing that I think I have always had is a fear-based life. Now, people that have a fear-based life, they're anticipating something bad happening in your life. So it keeps you from enjoying things like, something good will happen in your life. Okay, well, when's something bad gonna happen? You find someone that you're in a good relationship. Okay, when are they gonna leave me? You have where you feel really healthy. Okay, when's the bad health gonna come back? A fear-based life, it keeps you from enjoying the precious life that we have, and you focus on what could happen. I never drink coffee on here because I'm always afraid it's going to coat my tongue or something, but I'm going to today. So, a fear-based life. And while I have improved over the years, I still have so much to improve on. And I have to qualify it by going back in my life a little bit. And I don't really subscribe to, of course things in our childhood affect us and experiences in life, but it does a lot of other people too. And sometimes you just have to get on with it, and I have in so many ways. But there are some people that are made like me that are fear-based or have a tendency to be fear-based. This is nothing new. I think it's two things: the way I was born and experiences and things that have happened. I was born a very sensitive child to parents who were not. I always thought my parents were a little dangerous. They were, let's get in the car and go find the tornado or the aftermath, let's go find the bad thing that's happening, that'll be exciting. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, you're such a scaredy cat. She's such a scaredy cat. So I was very sensitive and a worrier. I don't know if it was because they were, or I suspect it was just kind of the way I was made too. But I can remember, how parents will look over their children to make sure they're breathing. I would go check on my parents to make sure they were breathing. I remember I was 6 years old, 6, in the first grade. My father was taking a nap on the couch. I stood over him the whole time watching him to make sure he was breathing. Up and down, I watched his chest go up and down to make sure he was still breathing. And back in the day before air conditioning in cars, and we lived in the hot South, when we'd drive it on a vacation or something, we would go at night. Well, I would sit up all night long with a pretend car wheel in my hand and watch my father the whole time to make sure he wasn't going to sleep. It was my job. There was something in this family that it felt like my responsibility to take care of everything. And I can remember when I was younger than 10, I remember where we lived. We lived in Jasper, Tennessee. And I remember thinking one day, it dawned on me, okay, kid, you're on your own. It's up to you. You've got to depend on them for food, clothing, shelter. But you can leave someday when you get grown. But until then, you've got to hold it together for yourself and get through this. I can remember vividly thinking that. And I have explained not only being naturally born a sensitive child, I explained that I had a mother that was very critical of me. You know, I ran away from home when I was 17 and got married. And, you know, just as soon as I had the opportunity. And then my father, as soon as I left home, my father divorced my mother and divorced me, and I never saw him again. That rejection from my father, I'm sure, you know, made it even worse. You know, that affected my relationship with men. I lived in a fear underneath the surface that, you know, I was going to get left. So that is my background. I've told you these things before. I hate to repeat it, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit to tell you where I am, to kind of let you know where I am today and why I feel like I am the way I am. And like I said, I have gotten better. The security of a man that loves me, I think, let's be honest, I think he does. He's in the other room. I think he does. I hope so, but I'm not ever sure. And my kids that love me, and my grandkids that I know really love me, and I know my kids do too. So that has helped. The environment that I live in now, the friends that I've made, and the people in this town that have cared for me, and family and friends, extended family and friends, my brother, you know, all these people through my adult life, when I got over certain things and realized certain things, have helped. But there's just that underlying issue, just that underlying fear that keeps me from enjoying life fully. And I know that some of you all are going to say, give it to God. And I've tried. I have. Maybe I haven't done it in the right way. Maybe I'm not listening. I don't know. My son's a preacher. He has told me the same thing. Mom, you've got to get over this. You've got to give it to God. You've got to get over guilt. You've got to get over fear. You've got to get over these things. But when you're wired a certain way, and I'm telling you all this because I just know there's people out there that feel the same way. I know there is. I know people are out there that are wired like I am. And when you're wired a certain way, and you do have faith in God, it is still hard to get over it. I've made progress, but it's still hard to get over it. It's because you're wired a certain way too, and you've had these experiences in your life in a certain way. And please know, I realize how many blessings I have. I realize my children live here on the same street. My grandchildren live on the same street. This is a different issue. I'm very thankful. Being afraid doesn't mean you're not thankful, because I'm so thankful, and I'm every day thankful. There's just this underlying current of fear that keeps you from. It's not that you aren't thankful for all your blessings, it's that you don't trust it. Your life, your health, your relationship experiences have taught you you can't always trust it. You can't always trust happiness. You can't always trust good things happening, because in a dime it can turn just like that. And I want to enjoy the things. I want to be healthy emotionally, because I do feel like being unhealthy emotionally can really, or having problems emotionally can make your physical problems worse, which actually makes your emotional problems worse. It makes your physical, it's like a circle. Okay, you start thinking, when's my Crohn's going to act up? So your Crohn's acts up. And then you have to have more surgery. Well, when's my Crohn's going to act up? It acts up again. Got to have more surgery. When's my heart going to get out of whack? It starts getting out of whack. When's my asthma going to act up? It acts up. When's, and then, my latest, I have breast cancer. Is it going to come back? It came back with my mother. She died from it. That goes around in your head like that. Even though you have these blessings around that you're very grateful for, with a fear-based life, you don't always trust it. And I might need to talk to someone. I'm always open to that. I haven't yet, but I might need to. I think another thing that I could probably do is do some positive journaling. Like I said, I'm aware of my blessings. I'm aware. I have a husband. I have my children. I'm aware of all of these blessings. And it could be that I need to take these steps of doing positive journaling. But y'all are going to think this is crazy, but when I see my blessings, it's like on a balance sheet. Okay, it's time for me to have bad things happen. So I can't enjoy the good blessings. And I'm doing this video. I don't have a solution. I just wanted to talk about it and tell you what my experiences are in case it resonates with someone. And I just kind of want to say, if you feel the way I do, I hear you very much. I hear you. And I hope that those of us that have a fear-based life, I hope that we can start to improve, especially as we get older, that we can enjoy these years. Yeah, bad things are going to happen. Loved ones are going to move away or die, or, people are going to betray us. But I think what I need to learn is that I can't let it cloud what I have in the moment and what I'm happy for now. I can't anticipate the bad, because if I anticipate the bad, I can't enjoy the good that is current in my life. So that's kind of all I wanted to say about that. Just no solution, but just something to think about, that maybe all of us that have this fear-based life, that maybe we don't even realize that there's maybe some work we need to do on it. So anyway, the second thing I'll try to be briefer about, and it is a trend, and it is a trend on social media, on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. And I'm not trying to shame anybody. These trends happen and people get lots of views for them, and so they do it more and more. It is a trend, and I mentioned it on Instagram, and I got a lot of good feedback from it. It is a trend of don't do this over 50 or 60, especially over 60. Don't do this over 60. Don't wear this over 60. Don't do your makeup like this over 60. Don't do your hair like this over 60. And I'm thinking, well, that is taking a woman's age that maybe has a look that she feels very comfortable with. She's learned about herself over the years. She knows what looks good on her, and saying, that's not stylish. That's not good. They are saying, whoever they are saying, that's not what you need to do anymore. And I think that can be detrimental to women over the age of 60. I really do. You don't see videos of don't do this over the age of 25, don't do this over the age of 28, don't do this over the age of 30. You see it over the age of 60. It's a way of saying you're getting older, so you have to change and fine-tune yourself. You have to change, you have to fine-tune yourself to be beautiful. We've lived with our style a long time, and we kind of know what looks right on us, and we know what we feel comfortable in, and it may be the very thing that we feel comfortable doing, or way we wear our makeup or our hair, that somebody on TikTok is saying, don't do that, that's not good enough. I just worry that it's hard enough to reach certain ages in our society without people telling us the things that we like and the way we look is no good. If you want to wear your hair long, if you want to wear your hair this short, if you want to wear black eyeliner, if you want to wear bright red lipstick, if you want to wear and do the things that are comfortable on you, then do it. Don't let anyone that you see on a trend influence you to do something that just isn't you. I think you all probably know that, but it is a trend, and it worries me a little bit. Older women got a lot to go through. They really do. We're sometimes forgotten, and we're sometimes overlooked, and we're sometimes, marginalized, when you get over the age of 60, 70, 80, whatever age we are. And it's very damaging. So I would like to see that trend go by the wayside. And I am on a soapbox. I am, but we have earned the right to wear what we want and do our eye makeup the way we want and wear our hair the way we want and wear the clothes we want. We have earned that right. We've paid our dues. And I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm really not. And I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm just addressing this trend. And it just worries me a little bit. And I just don't want older women to get discouraged and to give up and to think, oh, I don't look right. I could never look the way that they're saying on their videos. Yes, you do look right, and you do look good, and you do look beautiful, and you are worthy. So take it with a grain of salt and maybe move on. I'm hoping this trend will go by the wayside. It worries me. Okay, I'm sorry. I got on a soapbox. I really did. And please don't get too mad at me. I am trying to take up for older women, so please don't get too mad. And that's about all. And also those of us that are still living to different extents, fear-based lives, that we can learn to recognize it and learn to overcome it and to, maybe live more in the moment. And instead of looking ahead in fear, that we can, enjoy our present time. I really hope that we can learn to do that. I'll try. And I know y'all will too, but I'll try my best too. I hope I don't get too much criticism because I worry about that too. Even though I said my piece, I do worry about that. Okay, love you all. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to y'all in a couple of days. Goodbye.